In the Husky Huddle, we gather round. Coach Human and Steve Cully were never found. They talk about the team with such zeal, strategies and plays. They analyze it well. The stadium's full of cheers and shouts. UConn's got spirit, we'll never doubt. Coaches share their thoughts, it's quite the treat. In this lively huddle we always meet. Huskies, we stand tall. With Coach Schumann and Steve Cully we call. Game plans and strategies, we break it down. In the Husky Huddle, our passion won from different.
All right.
Yes, here we are on Husky Huddle with a lot of news, a lot of speculation, a lot of rumor and innuendo going around, a lot of concerned people wanting to know who our next head coach is going to be. And people just want answers. And it's crazy to hear some of the names that are brought up as potential head coach candidates. Some realistic, some I believe are probably pipe dreams. And I don't know for sure. Just because of our salary and, you know, the reasoning they said about Mora leaving was because being an independent was something that obviously did not jive with him. It bothered him. He wanted a chance to be able to go to the playoffs, which he was not going to have really at UConn. And his salary is reportedly $5 million a year for, I think it's 7 years total. I think they gave him a 7-year deal. So that is what really turned the tide. The money, the chance to be in the playoffs. It's funny because he complained about tampering of recruits when his 3 commits from UConn have already flipped to Colorado State, and more kids continue to enter the transfer portal. So I find it humorous that he was the one complaining last year that people were tampering. Meanwhile, he goes out and he is taking all our recruits and thinks it's great. Doesn't think anything of it. And, you know, he promised Colorado State that they're going to win titles. And he believes that he can do that there. Apparently they're investing resources, money for NIL, for facilities into it. I don't believe that to be true. Colorado State, as you had said, or as Nick Saban said, is maybe a step down from UConn. But the real question is going to be Cal and Stanford in the ACC does not make sense. They're going all over the place, and they would like the opportunity, I believe, to go back into the new Pac-12. Jason Candle, Toledo head coach. Please. You want the Toledo head coach, huh? Let's be honest. If Mora thinks he's making the playoffs at Colorado State, he's on crack. Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. I don't think he's going to be making the playoffs at Colorado State, simply because they're a group of 6 school. They're not a power conference school. power conference yet. Colorado State has been awful. They've gone through several coaches in the last couple of years with Norville, with Bobo. I don't see Mora finishing out his contract. I just, like I said, Mora was dead and buried by the time UConn brought him in. He benefited from a schedule that your son Troy could have coached and won. We lost 3 games in overtime that were embarrassing. Simply embarrassing. Would you not agree with that? Delaware, Rice were embarrassing. The way we lost to Syracuse was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, the overtime, we struggled in overtime this year. But I thought Mara did a fantastic job. I think that we got to move forward.
He did not do a fantastic job. What did he do that was a fantastic job?
He won 9 games.
He did nothing. He did nothing to win 9 games. Dave, we played nobody. We beat one team with a winning record. How can you say he did a fantastic job beating UAB, beating FIU, being in a barn burner with FAU, Buffalo, Ball State? That's not a fantastic job.
9-3 is not a fantastic job for UConn.
Not against those schools. 9-3 in 2003. That was a fantastic job. When they played teams like Indiana, that was a fantastic job.
Let's read some of UConn's records. In 2019, we were.
I'm not going by that. They were in the AAC. They were in the AAC then.
In 21-22, we were 1-11.
They couldn't compete in the AAC.
23, we were
6-7.
That was his first year.
Yes.
Okay, and then we were 3-9.
3-9, and then we were 9-3, 9-4,
9-4, 9-4, and 9-3 so far.
Do I think it's do I think he's Woody Hayes or Newt Rockne? Fuck no, I don't.
Did anyone say he was Newt Rockne?
No, but to say that he did some miracle, phenomenal job is going from 1-11, 9-3 is an improvement. Yeah, it's an improvement, but that 1-11 team, if they played the schedule that we played this year, they would not have been 1-11. Back in 2021.
3-8?
They would not have been 1-11. They probably would have won 4 or 5 games. They probably would have won 4 or 5 games. I don't specifically know the schedule off the top of my head.
Does that make them good?
Does that make them good? I think 9-3 is one of those things you see in the sand where there's water and there's no water, whatever it's called.
Right.
Not an anomaly, but an oasis. Yeah, whatever. You say, oh my God, it's water, and it's just fucking sand you're drinking. I don't think going 9-3 was anything remarkable. Before the season, we predicted 10-2 to undefeated with the schedule that you played. We said, are there any candidates you guys are hearing about on the inside? Yes, there are several candidates that are being considered. Whether they're realistic or not, I don't know for sure. Frank Wright is someone who's been mentioned.
Frank Wright?
Frank Wright, yeah, he was the interim coach at Stanford this past year for Andrew Luck before he hired a full-time coach. Chip Kelly, if he wants to coach and take a lower salary, he's innovative. He has college experience as a head coach, as a coordinator.
Yep.
Patrick Graham, he is a longtime Connecticut resident. He's a Yale graduate.
Say that again. Name again.
His name's Patrick Graham. He's had a brilliant NFL career as an assistant coach. He's had several head coaching interviews in the league. He's coached the Patriots for 7 years, the Giants 4 years, and the Packers and Dolphins for 1 year each. He's been with the Raiders the last 4 years. He's a defensive coordinator. He's been a defensive coordinator for the past 6 years. He is, probably, partially responsible for the success of Max Crosby. And he's 46 years old. So he knows how to prepare players for the NFL. Obviously, I don't know going the NFL route is best. College, people, names that have been mentioned, Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops was just fired at Kentucky. We talked about it before. Casey Keeler. Casey Keeler has 276 college wins. Most were at the FCS level. He became the only coach.
You mentioned Terry Smith. So Terry Smith is
Yep.
a PA guy. I don't know if that's even a consideration or that's something he even wants, but Terry Smith has done a really good job as the interim of Penn State. He would be a great recruiter. Let's see, Tony Reno, we talked about already.
Tony Reno, yeah, I just don't think bringing someone in from the Ivy League is going to get fans excited. I've heard Gus Malzahn. Again, I just think
Gus Malzahn would be unbelievable.
He would be, but we're not even close to his price range. He gets paid more as a coordinator at Florida State. However,
Gus Malzahn's unbelievable.
However, Florida State is on the verge of getting fired next year. He could want to make a move. People have said, what's that?
Talking about Nolan?
Gus Malzahn, I was saying. Because Florida State is on the verge of getting fired in a year. The only reason Florida State, behind the backs of everyone, was trying to get Lane Kiffin. They made a pitch to get Lane Kiffin, and it did not work out. And so they ended up keeping Norville because his buyout is $50-something million. And with assistance, it'd be another $70 million. So they're staying with him. Gus Malzahn is the offensive coordinator. The other man that has been mentioned, which I don't think is realistic, Ed Odron from LSU. He's got just a great buyout. He doesn't seem like he wants to come back and coach. And, he did spend time at Syracuse. I don't think he'd want time in the Northeast. The coordinators, Brian Hartline, he's done a phenomenal job at Ohio State. But again, it comes down to money. Ryan Carty, he's 42, and he already has 4 years of college head coaching experience and a 32-17 record at the University of Delaware. He would be a good match for UConn. And, he was on the staff this year. Delaware finished 6-6 their first season of Division I. And he was part of that. So he's on that list. Sean Spencer is on the list. He's a little bit older. He's 54. He has no head coaching experience.
Who?
Sean Spencer. He
from Colorado.
Yeah, he grew up in Hartford. He went to Buckley High. He coached at places like Wesleyan and Trinity, and he's been at Vanderbilt, Penn State, the Giants, Florida, Texas A&M. He is currently the Texas A&M defensive line coach. And then obviously you have Gordon. Gordon is a Broyles Award finalist. He's proven that he is an offensive mastermind. And Hartline went to UCF. Good for him. USF, good for him. I don't think Gordon would be the right guy. I'd like to see someone who knows the Northeast, someone who has experience and understands the values of UConn. I'd love it to be a UConn guy. I had mentioned who are your insiders telling you, Cully? I mentioned some of the names my insiders are telling me. I mentioned there's a couple coordinators. Hartline was one of them. They would love to make a splash with a Chip Kelly, with a John Gruden. I'd love to see.
John they're not hired.
No, I listen. I don't think anything is off the table. I think that they have to make a splash. I think they have
why would
to
John Gruden come there though?
What's that?
Just because he wants to coach, John Gruden would come.
Yeah, he wants to coach. He wants to get back into it. He feels he was unfairly dismissed with the Raiders because of leaked emails from the Redskins from 2012. He wants to coach if he got an opportunity, but he's more about the money. I don't know that he would come, for $3 million if we can even get that.
He probably has a good gig already, right?
He doesn't have anything right now.
No, I'm saying like he's probably get paid pretty good at Barstool now or now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not what it was at ESPN.
Yeah.
He was the face of ESPN.
Got it.
He would do the quarterback, the quarterback sessions with ESPN. The bottom line is, I do think there's merit to at least having someone like Lyndon Johnson involved in the process, talking with Benedict. I think there is merit to the staff, and Lyndon brought it up on our interview. He's been through everything. He was there as a player. Yes, we are looking at the Penn State interim. Absolutely. 100% we are. Right now, nobody is off the table. I think they've interviewed two people. Kevin Cahill from Lehigh is also a candidate.
Who did they interview?
I don't know who exactly they've interviewed. I know they've interviewed two guys so far. So I don't know who. I don't know which two. I don't know which two were actually interviewed. It's been very hush-hush. I do think they need to get somebody in place as soon as possible because of the transfer portal, because of the early signing date, because we lost so many recruits that flipped to Colorado State. Like I said, Moore, who said that he would never do something like that. Well, he did something like that as far as tampering or whatnot. He went after the recruits and got them to Colorado State. Mazel tov for him. Just shows what a great character.
Mel Brown is in the portal. He jumped in last.
Of course he is. Of course he is. He can go in the portal. Listen, I hope they all go in the portal. Everyone can go in the portal. You don't want to be a UConn, go in the portal, please. Don't do us any favors. We don't need you. We don't want you. Go in the portal. You think you can do better? You think your film against UAB, FIU, FAU is going to impress these big schools? You think you're going to waltz in to some Power 4 conference and start? Yeah, I got another thing coming for you. You're not.
Really? How can you say that?
Watch the film. Watch the
Mel
film.
Brown's not going to get an opportunity at a power.
Mel Brown is a running back. Running backs are a dime a dozen. He's small. He's little. What is Mel Brown bring to the table? Yeah, he is fast. So is every other running back. He's 5'9". He's nothing.
Wow.
Losing Mel Brown does nothing. Did losing Mel Brown hurt us this year? No. Cam had a great year. Cam had 1,100 yards rushing. Cam had 10-plus touchdowns. Mel Brown can go take a shit. If he wants to leave, please leave. Running backs are a dime a dozen. He'll end up at Temple or he'll end up at Buffalo.
Think so? I think he'll end up.
Where do you think he'll end up? You think he's going to Colorado State? Go to Colorado State, please.
I don't know if he's going to Colorado State, but
go to Colorado State, please. But to think that Mel Brown, losing him is some epic disaster, it's not. He's a running back. Dime a dozen. We have good running backs. We'll get good running backs.
Who would be an epic disaster? Is there a player
right now, Omar Diamande, he's a disaster losing him. If Cam enters the transfer portal, that would be epic. That would be a terrible disaster. But again, running backs are a dime a dozen. He could be replaced. But it depends on who is the head coach. That's why they need to get somebody in place ASAP. Who does Mike Burton want us to hire? Mike Burton wants us to hire a great coach. Does he have a preference on who that is? No, he doesn't have a personal preference on who he wants us to hire. That's just the reality. Yeah, Joe D would reprimand you. Well, I'm sorry. Mel Brown did great things at UConn, but Mel Brown is a running back. Mel Brown's a running back. He's little.
Steve is very angry because I did the.
I am angry because it's stupid.
Today, and I had to go. I had a long podcast.
You went for 2.5 hours. Yeah, it's frustrating.
I told you that I had a podcast though. So.
Yeah. Telling me you have a podcast is fine, but when it's supposed to go from 10 to 11,
that's not how it always goes with the Prospect podcast.
Then tell me that.
I said you may have to start.
Then don't schedule it at 11. If I scheduled it, I would have done it alone.
Well, I did schedule it for at 11.
Yeah. So can you end at 11? Like, what was so important that you couldn't get it done within an hour?
I had a guest that was very, very good.
Engaging, yes. You had a guest who was very engaging. I'm sure.
I had a college coach on, so
I know you had a college coach on, so I get that. So
this gig
this comes secondary. This is just garnish. This is garnish on the dish.
It's pro bono.
Pro bono? Pro bono.
It's pro bono.
This is you're calling this podcast pro bono.
My Husky podcasts are pro bono. I don't make a dime from Husky podcasts.
And I do?
You don't. I'm just telling you that I don't make a dime. You
make a dime off your Prospect podcast.
Well, athletes want to watch it. Athletes that are part of what I do. Coaches that do stuff with me. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
this is pro bono.
If Husky Huddle would become a number one, will be a higher priority would be when Husky Huddle either I am able to monetize Husky Huddle, or if UConn gets behind it, then it can become more.
So I'm coming into jail, and you're my court-appointed attorney. That's basically how it works. I'm facing the judge. You're taking me on pro bono. You're my public defender.
Not you.
That's what you're saying.
No, not you.
You're my public defender. That's okay.
Podcast. I'm saying the podcast is definitely pro bono.
Pro bono.
Right?
We're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. You're doing it out of the goodness of your heart, and you're representing me.
I love it.
As a public defender. Yes, I need a public defender. Thank you.
Wait, where do you say that? Mom and Dad are fighting.
Public defender. Pro bono. I appreciate you doing the pro bono.
Wide receiver. Every position we cover it all together. Friendly banter, laughs and jokes. In this huddle we're like a close-knit flock. The gridirons where we feel alive. With Coach Schumann and Steve Cully, we
played this far
in the Husky Huddle, we're never alone. Together we win, that's our goal. Through rain or shine, through win or lose,
maybe I'll release this as
we stick together, we never
This is a great song.
Our bond is strong, our love for UConn. In the Husky Huddle, we're always one. Huskies, we stand tall. With Coach Schumann and Steve, come we call. Game plans and strategies, we break it down. In the Husky Huddle, our passion won. Hey!
Oh!
There's a riff on it too. Yeah. So if Mel Brown wants to leave, please.
Cully.
Yeah, I am. I'm the National C Club Award winner. Yeah.
What did that get you?
Exactly.
What did it get you?
Exactly. Got me $10,000. There you go.
They should give you a as a National C Club winner, you probably should get tickets to some basketball games or football games. It's just as part of like
they give me tickets to whenever I want.
Okay, you got tickets to whatever you want.
Yeah, I can get tickets whenever I want. Yes. They're very good about giving me tickets.
Basketball games too?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
That's a good game.
I've gone to men's I've gone to women's games. Yes.
No, I mean like men's games. Like you can get tickets to a game, no problem. So then I think you should make that known because more people would want to be involved in the National C Club. Maybe they could be an award winner too.
Yeah, they could be an award winner. They should be an award winner, but they only pick the best of the best, and there wasn't anyone close to myself, so it was tough to make a selection. But I'm working with Mark Chapman. Joe D is waiting for Sunday to see if we get into a bowl, what bowl we get into. If it was up to me, I would hire someone with ties to UConn, someone who isn't looking to leave for their next opportunity, someone who's going to stay for 5 or 6 years. That's who I would hire. If it were up to me, I would walk to stores if they hired Norris Wilson. Norris Wilson would do a phenomenal job. He ran the offense when it was at its best. In 2003, when we actually played a tough schedule and went 9-3 and beat teams like Indiana and Wake Forest, who has ties to UConn that would be a terrible hire? No, Norris Wilson would not be a terrible hire. He would not be a terrible hire at all. He has head coaching experience. He's an exceptional coordinator, and he's an exceptional recruiter, and he knows how to handle the media.
I think he's a great coach, but he was a head coach once before.
He coached at Columbia, and he coached at Rutgers.
As a head coach, as an interim at Rutgers?
He was one of the first African-American head coaches in Ivy League history. In fact, he may have been the first, but yeah. And then he was the interim coach. That's
did he
insane.
do?
That's an insane hire, Cully. Talking out of his ass. You. No, Christy, I'm not talking out of my ass. Who the fuck do you think is going to come to UConn for $2.5
listen.
million?
Hold on. I agree.
I'd love to know that. Who do you think?
I
Who do
agree
you
with
think we're going to get for
Jody
$2.5 million?
with Christie that is not going to be the high. That is absolutely not. Like, you're just bringing up people that you know to hire because
I'm bringing up people that I know that would do a good job because they've been there throughout the entire process. They were there when we transitioned.
That doesn't mean
to
you should be a
Division I.
Division One head football coach.
It does. It does.
No,
If you've been through the entire process,
there's a lot of
from
guys that have been through the entire
to
process.
Division I, from building the stadium, from going into the Big East, from building the Burton complex, you've seen the program have success. You've seen the program go years with sellouts. You know that it can be done, and it's not being done right now.
What isn't being done? I'm curious.
What does what mean?
What isn't being done? What
isn't being done? We're not putting asses in the seats. There's no excitement behind the program. We're not bringing teams in.
There is improvement in the program.
There's no
All right,
improvement.
listen, Norris. Norris Wilson has no shot of getting hired.
I don't think he does either. You asked me who I wanted. I would want someone like him.
Want Norris Wilson.
That's who he asked. He asked, who would you want? I would want Norris Wilson. I would want a Rob Ambrose. I would want a Lyndon Johnson. I would want someone on that staff who had head coaching experience. Please rip me. Yeah, Edsel 2.0 should have worked out. Edsel got half the budget that Mora got. How about that?
He didn't listen. I really like Randy Edsel, but he did not get the job done the way he did the first time
because he did not get close to the resources. He did not get the budget for assistance.
Great resources. Okay, and we still have way more. We still have a gigantic complex. This is before transfer portal NIL. So there was no reason to not be able to get it done. We have
because he didn't have resources to hire the staff that he wanted. The money for his assistant coaches pool was very, very small.
But there are plenty of coaches that do it with less budget.
Like who? We're an independent. Like who?
Toledo head coach Jason Gandel.
They're in the MAC. If we went in the MAC, we'd roll the MAC.
Hold on. So what you're saying is a guy who calls the offense can't be as good as a guy at a higher level without being paid as much?
I'm saying that a guy who calls the offense at a higher level who is already making money.
I don't think that we're that much. I don't think we're that much of a higher level than Toledo.
Financially, we're probably at the same.
I'm talking about the game, coaching the game.
Yeah, we're probably at a lower level than Toledo.
So why Jason Gandal's working with less resources financially than UConn?
He is. Yeah, bring him in. Go ahead, bring him in.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying bring him in. I don't know whether he should be brought in or not. I'm just saying that to say that Randy Edsel didn't have an opportunity to succeed is not true.
I'm saying that Randy Edsel did not get the resources that he was promised before he came as far as his assistant coaches pool. He was coaching blind with assistants that he could not pay, assistants that were leaving year after year, and assistants that he was forced to bring in.
Isn't that what happens in college football all the time anyway?
Not when they're paid well.
So let's see. Who did Randy have at UConn second time?
He had the offensive coordinator from Auburn that he was forced to bring in, that he did not want to bring in, that
Randy
tried to run the spread.
Randy Edsel had his son,
who they spent $1 million investigating.
John Holy. Terry
Hooley was the
Richardson.
tight end coach or the linebackers coach. Hooley was awful. That's why he's at
Terry
Avon Old
Richardson.
Farm. T. Rich came back. Yep.
Who else on that staff?
They had the offensive coordinator from Auburn who tried to run the spread, which was against the principles that Randy believed in.
Who's that?
I can't remember the guy's name, but that's who they brought in to run the offense.
Okay. Well, let's see if I can find this here.
Mora got a lot more resources for his assistant coaches than Randy did. If Randy had played the schedule that Mora had, he would have had the same amount of success.
No, he would not have.
Yes, he would have. Are you kidding me? If he coached this team,
he lost to those teams that Mora beat.
In the AAC, he didn't play these teams.
Oh wow,
we beat them on Conference USA teams.
Higher than Iowa State, huh?
Penn State has flipped to try to get Matt Campbell from Iowa State. Yes, because everyone else has turned them down.
Yeah,
bring in Terry Smith, please. I saw the teams that he lost to. Absolutely. But he came into a horrible situation that Bob Diaco left him in.
Sure,
and
that's true.
That is when we
would you argue that Jim Mora came into a horrible situation?
No, because we went to be an independent. We were an independent. We didn't play anyone. How can you say that in the last 2 years we played anyone remarkable? We beat one team with a winning record.
Okay.
One team, Duke. Last year, the one team we beat with a winning record was Buffalo.
When we were 1-11, we didn't beat any teams with a winning record.
Yeah.
We didn't beat any teams.
Yeah. Well, we were playing an AAC schedule, which we were not equipped to play.
Well, I guess we'll find out next year when whoever takes over if we are better or worse.
FIU ended up 6-6. I don't believe they had a winning record. I don't think they.
They were
6-6. They were 6-6.
FIU out of
Delaware. Delaware was in the goddamn Sun Belt. That's who you want to. You want us to resort to beating up on teams from the Sun Belt, from Conference USA and the MAC. If that is our ceiling, then I'd rather us move to FCS. It's okay to win games versus bad teams, so you are not a bad team. I would agree with that if it put asses in the seats. Yeah, the American Conference was trash. It was horrible for us. It didn't make sense for us, for football or basketball. But Benedict's plan was to win games against bad teams like Georgia State, like Temple, and people are going to come to games. We're going to finish 9-4, and this season we're going to fill the stands. Completely wrong. Nobody came. They came for one game, Duke. So that shows you that when we play good competition, comparable competition, that people will come. This year, when we play Maryland at home, the attendance improved. Yeah, it didn't improve past 30,000 people. So if you want to go into a conference, if you want to be attractive to a conference, 25,000 people for attendance is embarrassing. And yeah, I know Joe D said Duke averaged 15,000 people per home game. That's great. So get us into a fucking conference. Yeah, I agree with you. Get us into a conference, average more than 30,000 people for a game. Fans come out to games. If we show some passion, some enthusiasm, why do you think SMU was able to get into the ACC?
Money.
The announced average attendance was 30,000 people. Yeah, all you have to do is look in the stands. The average attendance was far from
by the way,
30,000
Christy and Masters of the Universe over here and Nathan Granella. This is hilarious. I love how you're getting that, Steve. Let Steve know how you really feel about his thought process on all of this, because I want to know what you guys really think. Is Steve way off base on what he's thinking about?
Yeah, SMU gave up 9 years of media money to get in, and they immediately raised $100 million of revenue because football is important in Texas. It's not in Connecticut. That is why. The home schedule next year is good. And regardless of who the hire is, people will show up for Maryland. People will show up for Syracuse. People will show up for, I think,
so
BC.
Where does Randy Edsall go down in the annals of UConn coaching history? Not Randy. I'm sorry, not Randy. I'm sorry, Jim Moore. Where did Jim Moore go down?
Listen, I saw the sun blinding itself off the stands when we played Rice. It was atrocious. It was atrocious, and we lost there. I'm not comparing us to Rice. Do I want an Edsall statue built? No, I don't want an Edsall statue built. But I think that he is unfairly criticized because of what happened the second time around. So you want to criticize him for the second time around? Be my guest. Do you know the truth behind it? No. Do you know that his budget was slashed completely as far as the assistant coaches he could get, as far as where he could go recruiting? No. And do you think it was the same draw that the kids wanted to come and play against teams in the AAC? No, they don't.
Defensive line.
They don't. The kids did not want to come play against teams from the AAC. It was different than the Big East, which was a power conference. When you're in a power conference, it changes completely what you can recruit.
From defensive line.
And that's what Lyndon said.
We stand tall with with Steve Cully. Game plans and strategies is here in the Husky Huddle. This one. Steve is frustrated, fans. Steve is frustrated.
I'm not frustrated at all. It's just stupidity. Are we going to get into a power conference hiring Norris Wilson? It doesn't matter who we hire. We're not getting into a power conference.
From defensive line.
We can hire John Gruden. We're not getting into a power conference.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay. We have nothing to offer right now to a power conference.
We don't?
Do you think conferences want to share revenue with a school that brings nothing to the table? No. Rutgers, we bring nothing to the table. No, we bring no revenue. Conferences share revenue. Rutgers goes 5-7 every year. They at least have a good attendance, and they have broadcast rights, and they share revenue.
Hey, I'm on this side now.
Yeah, you are. You are on this side now.
What does UCF?
Nothing. BC is a joke. Syracuse should be better when their quarterback's back. Pitt is a joke. The whole breaking down the Big East was the stupidest idea ever imagined.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Where in the annals of coaching, where is Mora?
Moore's going to get a statue built because he's the only coach to have 2 back-to-back 9-win seasons. There'll be a monument of him.
Who's
in
on the
Burton
Mount
Conference.
Rushmore of coaching at UConn?
That J.O. Christian guy, probably your Tom Jackson, Edsel, and Mora.
Is J.O. Christian like the first coach or something?
J.O. Christian, I think, is the winningest coach in UConn history.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep. But, the whole breakdown of the Big
What about
East,
Skip?
all these
Skip
schools.
or Skip wasn't there long enough?
Skip wasn't there long enough. The whole breakdown of the Big East, all it was about money. Rutgers, BC, Syracuse, they get $40 million of shared revenue from their conferences from doing nothing. Yes, I trust Athletic Director of the Year, David Benedict. He's going to get it right. He knows all. The bottom line is his thought process of winning games, showing that we can be successful, was going to put asses in the seats and generate revenue. Didn't exactly happen. It didn't come close. So next year, I hope for the Maryland game, fans show up. The Big East died 15 years ago. Yep, it did. What can UConn do now to change the spot we're in? Go to games, generate revenue, and get a better broadcast deal. Show conferences that you bring something to the table. Show conferences that you'll play more Power 4 teams and not beat up on UAB, Georgia State, FIU, FAU, Buffalo, Ball State. That's not impressive to the power conferences. Unless you want to go to a group of 5 school. You want to go into the Sun Belt? You want to go into the Conference USA? Please keep doing what you're doing. But all I'm saying is, the Big East did die 15 years ago, and every team who left benefited financially. Have they had success on the field, on the court? Not really. What team has gone to a conference championship game that is left?
Huskies, we stand tall. With Coach
Why do you dismiss beating teams that were better than us just 4 years ago? Because we didn't play them just 4 years ago. We didn't play them 4 years ago. We didn't play them in 2022. 2022, I think, was the first, or 2021 was an epic disaster. I can't remember if it was the last year of the AAC or being an independent. We had a much more difficult schedule. I think that if that 2021 team played the schedule that we played this year, they would have won at least 6 games. I don't know how this is difficult for any of you to understand. Look at the teams that we've played. We're going to the ACC next year. Yeah, hopefully. Difficult schedule. We lost to those teams by 40. I don't know who we lost to in 2021, nor do I care. It wasn't the same teams. I don't know that we played UAB, FIU, FAU, Georgia State in 2021. Yeah, Pitt, it was a good fit for football. Basketball was ruined. Pitt has done nothing in the ACC. Pitt was close. They were ranked for a little while. They had a chance to possibly play in the ACC title game, but that's gone. Pitt is just another average 7-5 team in the ACC. Yeah, I know we lost to Holy Cross. I know we lost to Holy Cross. You don't need to keep reminding me, Christy. I'm well aware. I coached at Holy Cross. You remember, motherfucker? I coached at Holy Cross.
You coach when we played
Holy
them?
Cross inside and out.
Were you coaching them when we played them?
No. I had just left.
You just left. So you missed out.
We played Holy Cross in 2017. I recall. I was there for that. When we barely lost to them. We should have won. We barely lost.
Was Etzel coaching again?
Pitt won the ACC in 2021. If they won the ACC in 2021, they didn't go to the playoffs. They didn't do anything. Would you rather average 20,000 in a 60,000 stadium or a 30,000 stadium? Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. 20,000 is 20,000. It's not generating revenue. Holy Cross is better than FIU, Buffalo, FAU? No, not back then. Not in 21. No way. Absolutely not. You want to go back to 2021 and analyze that season? More power to you. I'll go back and analyze that season. We stunk.
Huskies, we stand tall with Coach Golian.
Pitt averages the same attendance. Yeah, you know what? They were smart enough to get into the ACC when they were invited, and they get a ton of revenue because of it.
I want you to be angry when we have Joe on.
Yeah, Pitt, let's blow Pitt. Pitt is wonderful. Pitt, oh my God. Pitt is so incredible in football. Oh. How many playoff games has Pitt won?
Husky.
How many big bowl games? How many New Year's Day bowl games has Pitt been to? Pitt is garbage. Virginia Tech, garbage. Syracuse, garbage. Yeah, BC does not want us in because we sued them stupidly. Where is Joe? Where is this energy when Joe D is telling you you're wrong? I respect my elders. If Joe D tells me I'm wrong, I listen to him.
Well, Steve's scared of Joe D.
Cully's crash outs are entertaining. Great. I'm so happy that I entertain you.
That's what I'm hearing. Crash outs.
Entertained? Are you not
Hold
entertained?
On. That's a podcast.
Are you not entertained?
Crash outs. Hold on. I have to write this down.
Are you not entertained?
I have to write this down.
Entertained? Are you not? Are you not? Are you not entertained?
Cully's crash outs.
Bookster's here. He's here. Are you not entertained?
This guy's insane.
You want a crash out? I'll give you a crash out. There you go. There's your crash out. Your crash out is UConn football is dog shit. That's your crash out. And we're not going to be anything until we generate some fucking revenue. And no conference is going to want us, regardless of who the coach is. If Morris stayed, it wouldn't have made a difference. Not one iota of a difference if Morris stayed.
Now you're talking, Christy. Now you're talking. We got to leverage Steve Cully in the direction that can maximize his financial capabilities. And Cully's crash outs is more entertaining than Cully's Connecticut Huskies.
Yeah, right. The coaching search is only a week old. Right, exactly. And it's gone nowhere. It's gone up shit's fucking creek. That's where it's gone.
We stand all
right.
Husky Huddle. This one.
All right, so we've accomplished a lot. I'm glad that I've entertained you. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is there anything more you'd like me to do for you?
I don't think we solved anything.
You want me to sing you some more songs? You want me to sing you some more fucking songs? I'll sing you songs. I'll sing you songs all day. Look at the Hulkster. Look at the Hulkster. Look at the guys. Look at the guns. Ah!
In the Husky Huddle, we gather round. Coach Human and Steve Cully were never found. They talk about the team.
I'll
with
bury
such
them all.
Strategies and plays. They analyze it well. The stadium's full of.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
guess what, Christy? When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, shove them up Benedict's ass, shove them up your ass, shove them up Nathan's ass, shove them up Master of the Universe's ass, and Dave's ass too. Fuck you all.
See you next time.